This is a $3 billion American superhighway, and this is the Taliban, finishing it. For 2 decades, America spent a fortune in money and lives to build this road and defeat the Taliban. So how did the sworn enemies of the United States end up completing America's most ambitious project in Afghanistan? This is the final staggering irony in the story of America's longest war, the incredible story of the highway America left for the Taliban. To understand how it all went so wrong, you have to go back to 2001. After the 9/11 attacks, the U.S. invaded Afghanistan and toppled the Taliban regime that had sheltered al-Qaeda. But the military campaign quickly morphed into something far more complex: nation building. The challenge was immense. Afghanistan was a country shattered by decades of war, a patchwork of different ethnic groups and communities, all separated by a mountainous, unforgiving terrain. Back in 2002, much of the country's pre-existing paved road network was in total ruin. In this broken landscape, American strategists saw a solution, an artery that could pump life back into the country: the Ring Road. Officially known as National Highway 01, the idea was a grand loop of asphalt, a 2,200-kilometer circle connecting 4 of Afghanistan's major cities: Kabul, Kandahar, Herat, and Mazar-e-Sharif. The idea wasn't even new. The Soviets had started building it back in the 60s before their own disastrous war brought everything to a halt. By 2001, it was little more than a ghost of a road, a network of dirt tracks and crumbling pavement. The US and its allies believed that finishing this road was the key to everything. The vision was threefold. First, it was about money. The road would become a vital trade corridor, connecting landlocked Afghanistan to its neighbors. Second, it was political. By physically linking the major cities, the road would help the new central government in Kabul project authority and foster a sense of national unity. Third, and maybe most importantly, it was a weapon of war. There was a powerful saying that drove US military strategy: where the roads end, the Taliban begin. The logic was that by bringing commerce and connectivity, the road would offer an alternative to the insurgency. It would also let US and Afghan forces move troops and supplies around the country faster than ever before. In 2003, the project began with a surge of optimism. The first big piece was the highway from Kabul to Kandahar. Construction crews got to work, and the results were immediate. A journey that once took nearly 18 hours over treacherous terrain was cut down to just 6. In December 2003, Afghan President Hamid Karzai held a ribbon-cutting ceremony. It felt like a real symbol of progress. The road was working, but the forces that would tear it all apart were already moving. The first sign of trouble wasn't a bomb, it was a distraction. In March 2003, just as the Ring Road project was gaining steam, the United States invaded Iraq. The attention of Washington, along with its vast resources, shifted. Suddenly, Afghanistan wasn't the priority. This strategic pivot had devastating consequences. The international focus wavered, and the Taliban, who had been defeated but not destroyed, saw their opening. They regrouped, rearmed, and launched a full-scale insurgency. And their primary target was the very symbol of American Reconstruction: the road itself. The Ring Road became a linear battlefield. If you look at a map of insurgent attacks from that time, you see a terrifying reality. The violence is clustered right along the highway. The road that was meant to bring security became the epicenter of insecurity. Building it turned into one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. On the Kabul-Kandahar highway alone, an estimated 40 construction workers were killed in 2003. One contractor reported dozens of workers killed or wounded on another section, calling it the most dangerous project their company had ever attempted. The Taliban systematically planted thousands of IEDs and blew up culverts, the small tunnels for water, crippling the road and creating deadly choke points for ambushes. To keep working, construction companies had to hire their own private security, and budgets skyrocketed. One stretch of road in the east saw its cost balloon to nearly $5 million per mile, with most of that cash going not to asphalt and gravel, but to guns and guards. The project was bleeding money and lives, but beneath the chaos of the war, a more insidious cancer was eating away at it from the inside: corruption. The scale of financial mismanagement was just breathtaking. The Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction, or SIGAR, was created in 2008 to track the money. Its reports paint a devastating picture. SIGAR estimated that out of the $145 billion spent on the entire reconstruction effort, nearly $30 billion was lost to waste, fraud, and abuse. The Ring Road was no exception. The corruption was everywhere. It started at the top, with U.S. and Afghan officials paying enormous sums to local warlords for security. In a twisted cycle, some of those same warlords would then allegedly pay a portion of that money to the Taliban, basically bribing them not to attack the road crews they were being paid to protect. Money meant to fight the insurgency was instead funding it. The rot went all the way down. The case of the Louis Berger Group, an American contractor, became infamous. A whistleblower revealed the company was systematically overbilling the government on the Gardez Coast Highway. While the whistleblower alleged the company was also paying insurgents, official findings focused on the fraud. The firm was eventually hit with over $69 million in penalties. The road they built was of such poor quality that it began to fall apart with shocking speed, deteriorating rapidly within just a few years of completion. This was a common story. Shoddy work and cheap materials were rampant. By 2012, the situation was untenable. USAID, the main American agency funding the project, finally cut off the money. The responsibility was handed over to the Afghan government, an institution already crippled by the same corruption that had doomed the road. As U.S. troops began to pull out, the Taliban swept back across the country, retaking large portions of the very road built to keep them out. A 2016 inspection by SIGAR delivered a damning verdict. Huge stretches of the road were destroyed or rapidly falling apart, with the vital Kabul-Kandahar section in such bad shape it would need to be completely rebuilt. The multi-billion-dollar dream had crumbled into a wreck. For 20 years, the Ring Road remained a broken promise. A massive gap in the rugged northwest provinces meant the road was never a complete circle at all. It was just a collection of decaying segments, a testament to a failed strategy. Then, in August 2021, the Afghan government collapsed. The Taliban marched into Kabul, took control of the country, and inherited the ruins of the American project, including the broken highway. And what happened next is the final, staggering irony of this story. The Taliban, the very group that spent 2 decades systematically destroying the Ring Road, began to rebuild it. Their Ministry of Public Works is now in charge of infrastructure. In the years since taking power, they have announced dozens of road construction projects. Their spokesmen hold press conferences, boasting of their commitment to reconstruction. In a surreal turn of events, they've focused on the Ring Road. The Taliban government has claimed that it's making progress on closing that long-standing gap in the northwest. According to one Taliban official, the Kabul-Kandahar highway alone had 1,700 distinct points of damage that needed repair, much of it caused by the Taliban's own bombs. They are now painstakingly rebuilding what they so effectively destroyed. It is a propaganda victory of unimaginable proportions. They can point to the crumbling, pothole-ridden sections built with billions of American dollars, and then point to their own fresh asphalt as proof that they, not the West, can deliver for the Afghan people. Their methods are also a sign of the times. Facing a cash crunch, the Taliban have reportedly turned to an innovative, if opaque, financing model, awarding some road construction contracts not for cash, but for mining rights, essentially trading the nation's mineral wealth for paved roads. The road built to secure a democratic Afghanistan is now being finished by an Islamist emirate funded by the country's own natural resources. The story of the Ring Road is the story of the entire 20-year American project in Afghanistan, written in asphalt and dust. It was born from a grand, optimistic vision. It was built with staggering sums of money and defended with human lives. But it was ultimately defeated not by an army, but by a toxic mix of diverted focus, rampant corruption, and a fundamental failure to understand the country itself. The money that was meant to build a nation was siphoned off, empowering the very forces of extremism it was supposed to defeat. The road rotted, and the government it was meant to support rotted right along with it. Today, as Taliban work crews lay fresh pavement on that same highway, the irony is absolute. The infrastructure designed as a weapon against them has become a tool to legitimize their rule. They're using the road to connect the country, facilitate trade, and project an image of competence, all the things the United States had hoped the road would do for its allies. It's a stunning reversal, a multi-billion-dollar lesson in the limits of power. The road is still there, a broken circle scarring the Afghan landscape, but the American dream it once represented is gone, paved over by its enemies. What do you think? Was the failure of the ring road inevitable, or could it have been saved? Was this a story of failed execution, or was the whole strategy flawed from the start? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis insightful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching.